When I last left you, I left the infamous Red Hawk Casino just outside of Placerville, California, giving up my quest to get into Yosemite. Ended up staying in a little place called Colusa, California. They had a little park there which you could camp at. Met a few folks. This guy came up and talked to me for quite some time. Probably won't never get that hour back, but hey, nonetheless, good people. They were having a birthday party for one of their friends, and they actually invited me over, and I had supper with them, and that was really about it. In the morning, I took off on Highway 20, beautiful stretch of road, hoping to make the coast today, but with a quick stop in a town called Clear Lake to inquire about a gig. The road was absolutely beautiful, a gorgeous mountain road, windy turns up and down through the Sierras, skirting Mendocino National Forest and Jackson Demonstration State Forest. Everything was going fine until it wasn't, and I'll let this guy explain it a little better.
So interesting day today. Last of the desert, started coming across the Sierras and trying to make it to this town called Clear Lake. About 15 miles out of Clear Lake, I pulled off to the side of the road to just as I usually do to uh, let people go by, and hit the brakes, and my pedal went right to the floor. And my God, talk about scary. So I'm veering off into one of these side turn off little areas that only are paid for a short amount of time to let some cars go through. My pedal goes all the way to the floor. I'm hoping these guys pass me in time so I can jump back in. The last guy passed me. I just came back in behind him. Still got no pedal. I've got maybe 5% of braking power. If I stomp on it to the ground, I might have a little bit of braking power. I pup this baby in a low. On top of this, all of a sudden it's an 8% downward grade that I'm on. So I'm trying to slow this beast down. Finally get her stopped. And turns out the issue was while I was in Baton Rouge, if you recall, I had a couple mufflers put on. This guy did not do his due diligence, and the rubber brake hose was resting against the muffler. Of course, the muffler doesn't get all that hot, but given enough time, it's going to melt through that rubber line, which it did at this misopportune moment. I crawled underneath it. I had some Gorilla Tape, thinking maybe I could patch this thing up enough to get down the hill, get it. So it was just last night I was singing praises about the Chevy going coast to coast, and I spoke a little too soon. Um, Coming across Highway 20, headed into Clear Lake on a downward run off a pass. Got into an 8% downward grade, hit the pedal, and went to the floor. And my God, that is scary. Um, thank God I found a spot here to pull over and stop. Obviously, I lost all brake pressure, so I crawled underneath the car, and it looks to be that one of the rear rubber hose lines had somehow been resting against it seems that one of the rubber brake hose lines had been resting against the exhaust pipe, and slowly melted through and lost pressure. So what I got here is a bit of Gorilla Tape left over. I'm gonna try to wrap that around this rubber hose, try to get enough brake pressure to get down the mountain somewhat safely, and we'll get a new hose in the new town. But right now I don't have much of a choice. I got no phone signal here, and this is what I got. Some Gorilla Tape and some brake fluid. So let's see what we can do, kids. So here's the brake line in question. It's melted right here. It's been laying against this pipe for quite some time. Finally melted through. I'm just gonna I'm gonna wipe it down, get it as clean as I can, wrap it in some Gorilla Tape, and put some new brake fluid in there. Hopefully I didn't get any air on the lines, and nurse her down the hill. Alright, let's see if you can see this, guys, but that's our fix right now. Man, say a prayer for me, because we are going downhill and I need to at least get a phone signal. So, see what happens here. Brake pressure is very intense, and it blew that tape right out of the water. So I basically popped her in low, came down the mountain in creeper gear. I was afraid to get any speed up because I didn't know when the next downhill was going to be, and most of these towns are in valleys. So I'm making my way down the mountain slow as I can. Got my emergency flashers on, but people are still blowing the fuck by me, taking fucking unnecessary goddamn risks. Fucking people, man, they got no goddamn patience. Everybody's in a fucking hurry. Alright, I'm a little flustered. I just gotta nurse this thing into the next town. Hopefully there's no steep grades. I can just limp her. I'm in fucking low gear, which is first gear out of the two that I have. And yeah, a little worried here. A couple guys knew I was in trouble. They could see I was in trouble. They got behind me, put their blinkers on. And man, that guy followed me for like 10 miles at 10 miles an hour. Finally, I got to where I was to turn off to this town, and I figured he might have known better than I did where to go. And I told him, I pulled over to the side, and I talked to him. I told him what it was, and he actually called a guy, Mitch. Mitch, man, this guy Mitch freaking has a hot rod shop. Man, he's got some badass vehicles in there, and I pull in this thing, and he's just laughing on all the do-it-yourself stuff that my dad did to this car.
Too much. Way too much.
You can blame my dad, Wayne Lohr, for that.
We got some more zip ties under here than I got in the box.
Yeah, baby. Zip ties and duct tape. If you can't fix it with that, you ain't a mechanic.
Well, and then the brake line over here, I think the brake line's universal too.
My man Mitch ended up giving me a ride in his personal rat rod up to O'Reilly's Auto Parts. Of course, they didn't have the part, but we managed to cobble some together with pieces and bits. Between him and a couple of his employees, man, they got me back on the road. Can't thank you enough, Mitch. You are the man.
That guy got me back on the road in less than an hour and a half, and man, I can't thank him enough, or the two guys that shadowed me coming down the mountain. It was a white knuckle ride. I can only thank God and pray that I was lucky in the fact that it happened where it happened. If this would have happened at a stoplight or on the freeway or something, if traffic all of a sudden backed up and I needed to hit the brakes, once that pedal went to the floor, there wasn't no stopping power. I would have rear-ended whoever was in front of me. It would have been bad. As it is, I'm not sure it was the right decision to nurse her down the mountain. But I really didn't have any choice. I didn't have any cell signal. I couldn't even call a wrecker. I would have had to unload the e-bike again and Dumb and Dumber it down the mountain for the second time. But all in all, everything came out all right. I'm camped here at just outside of Fort Bragg. Tomorrow I should make the ocean. That is, if I don't get kicked out of here tonight. I'm not sure if this is a campsite or not. It's hard to tell what is a legal campsite and what isn't. But one thing is for sure, it's good to see green again. Man, I have been in the sandy desert for so long that I forgot what the color green looked like. So it's good to see these huge redwoods, and these are the small ones, but I'm in a redwood forest, and the big ones will come later. But it's good to see green again. Tomorrow I will make the ocean, and we will be from ocean to ocean. The Chevy's made it, so um, kudos to the girl. This was another no fault really of the Chevy. Just some bad workmanship by the guy who did my muffler. So the Chevy's holding up well. Can't say enough about her, and I'm a lucky man. Cheers.
The next morning, I continued my run on Highway 20 to make the ocean in Fort Bragg, Mendocino.
What a beautiful road. Highway 20 between Willits, California, and Fort Bragg, California. Just a beautiful winding road. Man, it almost rivals Tail of the Dragon. Might even be better because it's just freaking gorgeous. Not too many cars on it. Every once in a while I got somebody pushing me, like a guy behind me right now. But getting into the big redwoods forest here. How cool is this? So for those of you who might have forgot, this thing has now made the coast to coast. We've arrived at the coast, 6,800 miles from Savannah to the coast of Fort Bragg, California. And this is the engine. It's got original spark plugs, original points, practically original everything. And I'm going to give you a close-up here in a minute, but this is a milestone for her. Yeah, she's doing well. Yeah, this is her in all her glory. Rusty, grimy, valve cover leaks, radiator pinhole leaks, JG weld on the freaking radiator. Good morning. So today, hell of a milestone for me, for the Blues Cruiser, Chevy Impala. We have gone officially now from coast to coast in almost exactly 13 weeks. The Chevy Impala outperformed my wildest expectations. Really only one incident that was mechanically related that wasn't the result of anything else. She's done very well. We've taken this trip coast to coast in 13 weeks. If I was at a bar right now, I'd be raising a shot glass and toasting to the Blues Cruiser, but we're not. It's in the morning. It's nice to have some greenery on the horizon. It's also nice to have a chill in the air. So this morning we're just going to toast with a nice cup of coffee. And I want to toast you guys as well, for those of you that have been following me, which I know is not a lot, but those of you that have, I appreciate it. And yeah, we're on the coast somewhere between Mendocino and Fort Bragg. It's Friday. Might even get a room tonight and celebrate and go out on the town and see what kind of trouble we can raise. But we'll end up heading up the coast. The plan now is to head up the coast and bounce in and out of the shoreline, Highway 1 through Oregon, and see stuff like Crater Lake, the Redwoods. Eventually get to my friends in Seattle at McKees Beach that I miss and love so well. Be good to see that gang again, and then we'll start on the long journey back. So cheers, thanks for hanging with me. Milestone achieved. Never in my wildest dreams would I've imagined the Chevy would ever be in California unless somebody flew it out there or trailered it out there. So here's to her. Shit, yeah.